Excuse me, bitch, this is Royal Realm Radio.
Royal Realm Radio?
Whoa, Bobby, it's Royal Realm Radio.
Royal Realm Radio.
Chico, this is Royal Realm Radio.
Mr. Krabs, it's Royal Realm Radio.
Hi, Demon. It's Royal Realm Radio.
Jack, it's Royal Realm Radio.
This is Royal Realm Radio.
My dog might show.
Recording in progress. Welcome to. Hold on, I gotta do it. Royal Realm Radio! Yeah! Today we are interviewing Daemoon and apparently his dog.
Okay.
What did you name the dog?
Sage. It was between like 3 different names.
I know you were talking about Moon. You were gonna name the dog Moon.
Moon or Luna or Sage.
Yeah.
A bunch of different names. We went through a bunch of like Greek goddesses names to name her, but we're like, Sage.
That's how we start off this podcast.
Might as well just do it.
All right, so you say that your spirituality is like pagan, right?
To a point, yeah.
More or less. So how does your pagan spirituality inspire the themes and narratives in your hip hop style?
Well, that's a good question.
Right. We said we're doing this for real.
Well, usually when I get inspiration from paganism or like certain music. So like I listen to a lot of pagan music for some reason. That type of shit gives me a lot of inspiration. And when I do start writing, fucking whatever comes to my mind, whatever I feels good to me, I guess, is pretty much what I put into my music. So if it's pagan stuff, like doing rituals or talking to the trees or some shit, I just sneak it into my songs, I guess, like if that makes any sense.
Do you do anything like spiritual wise before you record?
Yeah, actually, I smoked some weed. That's just a part of it. Nah, I actually burn some sage. I light some dragon's blood, and sometimes before I do start writing or freestyling, I like put in some concoctions and make an intent.
All right. So I have a list of questions.
A list? That's great.
Sir. Are there any specific deities or symbols for paganism that hold personal significance for you? And how do you weave them into your music?
Any deities and symbols? For deities, there's this goddess, I think it's in the Celtic mythology or whatever. She was also like a priest in the Christian times when Bridget. This chick's name is Bridget. She's like the goddess of poetry, goddess of females, of course, but also protection. But a lot to do with poetry. Also the muses. There's like I think 7. I forgot how many muses they are, but the muses actually help with music too. Recording, poetry. It's all poetry. And symbols, you already know, man. The fucking triple goddess symbol is my favorite.
I already know, but the people don't know.
They don't know. The triple goddess symbol. So triple goddess symbol is pretty much the moon with the crescent and another crescent on the other side, which is pretty much the dark part of the moon, and then the full moon, and then the cycles of the moon.
So this one's not on the list, but I always do it for everybody. What are your you said you listen to a lot of pagan music. Do you want to do a top 5 hip hop and then a top 5 pagan style songs? So first we'll go with, what are your top 5 favorite pagan bands?
Oh man, Omnia, this band called High Lung. They have like some ritualistic sounding to them. It's all drums and deep growls and shit, like Viking times. Group called Fawn. Fucking I don't even know how to say this thing's name. It's like Demoness Nymphinus or some shit like that.
No
So that's the
disrespect to the band. He just don't know how to pronounce.
yeah. I don't at all. There's more. In Gowan's Ring, which is very like trippy but slow, and
You
fucking
showed me them, right? Like I think you showed me a few of their songs.
maybe I don't know. I don't think you're the type that would like them.
No,
The-
because we weren't like it wasn't like you weren't like, hey, you would like these guys, but you were talking about some like pagan metal or something. I think you might have sent me one of their songs.
Oh, pagan metal. Yeah, no, they're not metal. They're like
No?
fucking yeah, they're like fucking hippie like pagan shit, you know,
Okay.
fucking harps and shit like that. Metal pagan metal bands though, you should definitely check them out. I'll tell you a few of them off
Go
of
ahead.
this.
No, go.
Oh,
You
okay.
can say we here, dog. We here. You can name a few that you like right here.
Well, I gotta think about it because half of these people's names I don't really remember, and it sucks if I like, oh yeah, I like this band. Oh, what's the name of them?
Well, what's the name of the one that you're thinking of right now?
I know it's a band that sings hey, I'm a dwarf and I'm digging a hole, but it's a metal version for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
But let's go to the hip hop thingy because I love hip hop equally as pagan music.
All right.
So
So
but
top 5 favorite hip hop people.
uh all right. Give me a second
Let's
to
move
think
on to
about
the hip hop. Has to think about it.
well, 'cause I don't wanna I don't know. So I'll probably say fucking as a kid, one of my favorite hip hop artists was DMX, and also that'd be one. Fucking
This isn't even sarcastic, but I couldn't tell through your rhymes
you
because
couldn't?
you don't bark.
Yeah, man. How the fuck did she fall? Yeah, no, fucking DMX, fucking who else? Eminem, but the old school Eminem. That's he was my favorite. I grew up on the old.
Everything. So like everything up to like what the Eminem show, Eminem.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Um, fucking I got through my ICP out there because I grew up with them. Fucking who else? There's way more people like Necro. A lot of underground artists I grew up on. I didn't really like a lot of the mainstream
It's
artists.
funny that you
Like the
throw Necro out there because like not a lot of people even know who he is anymore.
fuck.
Well, no, that's great. Like that's great because you're bringing light to somebody that not a lot of like he's not mentioned in a lot of people's like favorites when I ask them, and I'm like, if you're an underground artist, how is he not?
Exactly. Like Mad Child's one of my other favorites.
He's about your fucking height.
Yeah, exactly. I love fucking Army of the Pharaohs and fucking the other people. Well, what they're fucking called? From Star Wars, Jedi mind tricks. Haha.
I like how your process went. Them other dudes, Star Wars. Oh, Jedi Matrix.
Yeah, man. Well, fuck. I love Star Wars, so that kind of helps me out. But does that answer the 5 favorite artists?
I think we went a little more, but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, no, you know me. I overly explain.
Um, can you share a specific instance where your connection to your spirituality directly influenced the production or message of one of your songs?
Ooh,
We're
there's
getting
two.
deep, boy.
I'll say the faster one. I'll say the story faster than the
No, you
second one.
can. Oh, okay. So he's like, the second one gonna be long.
Yeah. It's gonna be all right. So fucking I talk sometimes about fairies within my saw music because fucking I get shit stolen from me all the time. But mainly because one time I was smoking a cigarette and I saw a blue orb just like fly in my fucking face and it looked like an outline of a little tiny person with like 2 little fingers and 2 little toes. And ever since then I've been putting fairy talk within my music, or at least certain songs, not everything.
Yeah, this is
Um
it's specific songs. Was there any specific? You know what I mean? So you're
yeah.
talking. I know it's not going to be everything.
Well, the people never know. You never
Yeah.
know. And then the second was when I was like 18 to 22, I used to be part of a coven, and when every time we would do rituals like out in the woods or the cemeteries, we would always like fucking like do mantras like Om or whatever, all at certain frequencies, and that was like the major part that I wanted to make music when it came to add my pagan spirituality into my music was that particular time.
All right.
Yeah.
So what do you got going on? Do you have any like the collaborations or projects going on?
Well, I got two right now I'm working on. One of them still in the thought realm, but I'm working on one of the tracks for that one. But I'm making a mixtape called Tail Features Under Day Moon. I almost said Tails.
You're
Features
welcome.
Under Day Moon. What?
I said you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. But features on the Day Moon and has a bunch of artists on it, man, including yourself. You know, so yeah, we got some sneak peek of you and fucking Kings of Rage, possibly. These people don't know. Gotta get ready and check this mixtape out.
Who else do you got on there if you want to divulge that kind of information?
Uh, I'll just talk about the people that's on the label that's gonna be on it.
You can talk about everybody. It's not just a label. You can talk about everybody if you want. If you want to just shine on the label, you can, but you can do whoever shine on whoever
Oh,
you want. Because there's a
okay.
segment about what you think about this rapper. So that's coming up too.
Okay. Okay. So fucking I have a few tracks from you. Also AJ Rage. AJ Rage is fucking dope. People should definitely check him out. They should check you out too, because you're fucking awesome. But he's like, yeah, I got Hearthman on the track.
I'm surprised he didn't say anything about that.
Yeah,
It's not really his information to say anything.
yeah. And I told him I'll let him know whenever I drop the mixtape. So he's probably not really thinking about it. Uh I got Two Puff to actually finish his verse on fucking the same track, which I didn't know he was gonna do. He hit me up months after. He's like, "Hey, I recorded this for you."
I mean, he did take like a stupid long hiatus.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh,
Like just
okay."
from the internet in general, he was just like, fuck this.
Yeah, it was weird because it was like months after. I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess this song's fucking fully done." I got a track with.
I wasn't saying anything. I was listening.
Oh, okay, my fault. I I have a track or two from one of my homies named Why Not the Kraken, and another one from one of his boys. Fucking, I'm trying to get at least one really good feature, but it's so much money. But I'm trying.
You can say his name. I knew who you were gonna say. You said why not the Kraken or one of his boys. You could it's this is a safe space, Jacob.
Okay, okay. Um, and my homie Trip Nasty. I don't know if they're part of a group anymore. I heard some shit that they're not together, but people could say shit and make me, my brain. So fuck it. I got some tracks from them. I'm still waiting on the track from fucking what's his face? Why not the Kraken? But it's taking a bit. I might have a track from some dude named Cease Reese or whatever. I figured just to, yeah,
I've heard that name somewhere.
his music is it's okay. Not really my cup of tea, but his work ethic seems a little more than mine, and so I wanted to get him on it. That's if he even fucking answers me back. Been waiting. And then I have a fucking EP that I'm working on called Atoms and Molecules.
Which one's coming out first?
Probably features on the Day Moon because I got all that shit already like together. I just waiting for like one or two more songs.
So before I ask more questions, let's this can be on a personal level or what you think about their music in general. I'm gonna name an MC. I know there's I gotta switch it up a little bit because you don't know a lot of the other ones that the other cats do. But let's start off with what do you think about Hearthman?
He's a good rapper. Um, would be cool if he hit me up more fucking often to collab more often. But
He is going through it right now.
oh
He's
yeah,
just getting back into the swing of things again.
yeah. I mean, fucking, I follow him on Instagram. So one of the tracks he did recently sounds fucking amazing. He kind of sounds like cartoon to me.
I mean, I don't think he sounds like cartoon, but I could see where a lot of people would think that. They're
Okay.
they're pretty tight, you know what I mean?
It just sounds like they have the same, voice in a way, which I'm not hating. I like it. It's just they sound. It's just my ears, I guess.
Yeah. He did say the cartoon was somebody who influences him, so there's that.
I could tell.
So what do you think about cartoon since we're there?
I only heard one or two tracks from him. He seemed a lot better than fucking most of the people I know. So hey, kudos to him.
I like his shit. He's pretty intelligent with what he says.
Yeah, I would have to listen to more of his music to fucking get more of a feel and see what his message is, if there is a message, you know.
He's got a few.
Yeah. He's got a few. Yeah,
He's
so
got a
I
few.
have to take the time to listen to it more because I only checked out one or two tracks.
Yeah. All right. What do you think about trying to think of who the fuck you know? AJ Rage.
Oh, shut the fuck up! You know how I'm doing it. Come on.
They know.
Every,
They know.
they do. Every time you guys make a dope ass song, I'm always like, bro, that screaming, bro, that song. So I had nothing but love for AJ and you, of course. Just in case you say, what about me?
I wasn't. I thought about it.
Touche, touche.
um, do you know who Mike Tech is?
We did a song together with him years ago. East Coast Beast Mode.
Yeah. But you don't know him other than that?
Nope.
Because I feel like I ask about him, but everybody has the same answer. You just don't know him. It's always Mike's a great guy. He's hilarious. Yada yada.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he is. It's just,
Yeah.
I haven't really talked to a lot of these other artists.
Put
Mainly
yourself out
talked to
there,
Young.
sir.
What?
I said, put yourself out there, sir.
Yeah, I could. You're right. You're right.
Especially Thick Chris and Cartoon and Mike. They are like the positivity trio that you didn't know you needed in your life until that path crosses.
My thing is like, I don't like I've hit up other artists before and they're like, oh yeah, man, you're cool, we talk, and then I never hear from them again, or they delete me. Or yeah, we could do a track, and then I never hear from them. So like, I kind of try not to put my energy into bothering people because you never know.
I mean, they're all kind of the same way. They don't like bothering people too. So it's like,
Yeah.
what is one album that you think would one album to sum up Day Moon from
Out
an
of
art from any artist, you like your favorite artist, like
I don't know, man. It's a lot.
okay, how about 4 albums that would sum up your style?
I don't know albums, but like Cess Crew. The album with the whole chakra, the song Chakra on it.
I don't understand why that's not your favorite fucking crew.
Bro, when they first came out, they were my shit. But then fucking one of the dudes ended up leaving, and then it was like Obi. I forgot his name, Ubi or whatever. Like I liked him a lot, and then the white guy ended up fucking disappearing for a while.
He still does stuff once in a while.
Yeah,
I'll see him randomly on Instagram.
his fucking YouTube name is Mr. Cess Crew now. So I'm like, is it only one person now? But Tech Nine's fucking the fucking with the song Stars on it. It's like a feature, it's a collabo. Back in the day, people Q Strange was saying Tech 9 stole the name of it. I forgot the fucking name.
Strangeland.
Yes, Strangeland.
Welcome to Strangeland. Come on down. Once you're in my
Hell
world,
yeah.
you can't get out. Q's
Twisted.
my boy. Q's my boy, so I feel some type of way. But I still like Tech.
Yeah, I loved Q Strange since I was a kid, man. I don't know who it was, but one of my old homies, she came back from her mini gathering, and she was like, "Yo, check this person out, Lynn. You know Lynn? She malicious Morbia. I knew her when I was like,
how are you gonna talk to me about Lynn? That used to be my best friend.
well, like I knew her when I was like 15, and she gave me the swimming borrow a book, and she gave me a Q Strange CD and her CD. So that's how I learned about Q Strange, and ever since then, I loved Q Strange.
I was about 15 when I met Q Strange, and I met him outside a liquor store. I hey-mistered him. He had a Hatchet Man shirt on, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was a little juggalo, so I was like, woo woo, and he came over to us, and he fucking, I was like, hey man, we trying to get some booze. So
That's great.
that man was like, he's like, yeah, it's cool, and he was like, I think 21 at the time. He got us some shit, and then he was like, hey, he's like, I actually rap. Do y'all want a safe space to drink this booze? And I could, he's like, and I could show you some shit. And we were like, yes.
Oh yeah, what the fuck? You're strange, all right.
But we didn't know who he was like that. You know what I mean? That's how we found out who he was. Like he gave us, I got Strangeland on a fucking cassette tape.
Oh, nice.
Like I got that from him. And that shit was dope, bro. And then
Do you still have that?
No.
Aww.
I went to jail and I lost like half of my merch and shit, bro.
Oh, that sucks. I would have been heartbroken. Make my Q Strange tape. But that's only 2 so far. I'm sorry, Twisted's fucking either it's the Green Book or the fucking Mirror Mirror. That shit I grew up on, and those 2 albums is probably what like wondering why, from fucking Green Book. That shit is like me, fucking
I love Mirror Mirror. I'm like I fucking love that album.
Bro, I was a teenager when that EP came out. I know I'm young, but that was my shit back in middle school, elementary school.
I was only in high school then. Like I was in high school when it came out. I'm not that much older than you.
Yeah, you're 6 years older than me.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 3 fucking who else? I'll probably say fucking the first Eminem album that came out, like as soon as he got signed by Dr. Dre, the one that with Ken Kenneth and If I Am Whatever You Say I Am.
Marshall Mathers.
Yes, Marshall Mathers LP or whatever the fuck. There's that one.
My favorite song on that's "Remember Me" with Sticky Fingers in it.
Oh god.
Remember me, I'm low down and I'm shifty. Remember me, I'm shady.
That's the only part I always hear. I used to hear in my head constantly. Remember me? And I'm like, no, who the fuck is this? Eminem. Oh shit.
Yo, he said I take 2 kids from Columbine, stand them all in a line.
Oh man, I don't know that fucking I never meant to give you mushrooms, girl. I never meant to bring you to me. That shit was by Chase. Just fall asleep to that. And damn. Oh fuck up. Fuck. Okay. A lot of the and ICP's fucking like Hollow Wicked albums or EPs also did it for me because the creativity of like the Halloween tracks. So fucking that also did a lot for me too. I mean, I don't do like horrorcore or wicked shit, but sometimes you could hear like some shit from all these albums I'm talking about within my songs.
Yeah, see, a lot of people say that about me too. Like, I'm definitely 100% not horrorcore, but a lot of people who listen to me do say they hear the ICP influence, and like, I'm like, yeah, duh.
We grew up on that shit. Of course it's gonna be in there.
Fucking duh. I was like, I tried not to because I don't like the stigma, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah. And then there's the last one, which is not hip hop at all, Pink Floyd, The Wall, not the fucking movie, and not just the one song. I'm talking about the whole.
He said the whole album, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, though the movie used to trip me the fuck out, but the album is my shit.
Of course, the movie tripped you out. That's what it was supposed to do.
Yeah, and that was normal. I didn't smoke either, so like I was fucking spaghetti.
Where was this? What was this one that I thought was really good? All right, how do you balance the modern era of hip hop culture with how far back the roots of paganism in your work?
Say that again.
How do you balance? Because like paganism is like an old ancient, like
Yeah.
fucking spiritual thing. How do you balance how modernized hip hop is with how ancient paganism is?
How do I modernize? Well, to be honest, fucking a lot of that ancient pagan shit or just ancient shit is coming to the forefront of reality. Almost everybody's into that type of shit nowadays, like crystals and stuff. So, yeah. Well, they say they are, but they probably really don't. They just say it from Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
how do I balance that? So fucking usually I give myself some. I don't know if I'm answering it properly. So if I'm not, please like let me know, okay? So
you fucked
usually,
up.
no, honestly, like I go in the woods and fucking I go in the woods and I try to balance myself out that way by being grounded. And there's, believe it or not, almost a lot of underground artists have like pagan or like Satanism type of shit in their music. Almost all horrorcore is about murdering people for Satan, probably. So like it's already really easy to do. It's just I'm more of the nice stuff and occulty type stuff like knowledge.
You're like the light to the dark
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
that sense.
Which is why I could probably do horrorcore with all these Satan people or these dark people who make like dark music, and I'll add my shit to that. It won't be like dark like theirs, but it'll be somewhat. So, did I answer the question at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This one's good. This one's good. How do you navigate any potential misconceptions or stereotypes surrounding paganism in the context of music?
How do I deal with it?
How do you navigate? Like, how do you make people know if they think that paganism is all bad? How do you make it so they know that it's not a bad thing?
Ooh. By talking about my experiences with entities or people or things throughout my life, and usually people understand like, oh, okay, like yeah, like if you're scared of witchcraft or paganism, you're probably scared because of horror movies or movies in general. And I don't even
Right.
yeah. So like a lot of people have misconceptions because they got taught that shit. So my job is to fucking show them that it's not bad. Though you can do the bad stuff, but that's something you shouldn't. But like by talking and like, having stories and explaining is what I usually do.
What made you get into paganism out of everything? What he said, "Oh boy, gear up, motherfuckers!"
So fucking when I was a kid, I actually wanted to be a pastor, which is fucking
like Christian Catholic.
Something. I don't know what it was. I always had this feeling of like I wanted to lead people or I wanted to teach people about something, and I never knew what it was. And when I was a kid, I would see fucking the Pope or fucking church people, and I used to go to church all the time. But
I think we all had that past.
Yeah. Fucking, I'd probably say when I was like 12, 13, I would have weird experiences, and I didn't really click into my head. And then I ended up getting a weird little book from somebody, and they gave it to me. My sister did some spells. I didn't think it worked. My sister thought it worked, but it was just always around in my life, and I didn't realize it until I was like fucking 17, 18. And then next thing I know it, I'm doing rituals with my homies. I'm fucking seeing spirits with my mom. Yeah, so like, I guess it's been there my whole life. I just didn't really see it.
I mean, when you're young, you can't really tell that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I had a lot of weird experiences. I never understood it until I started meeting people and they would tell me what the fuck it was. I was like, okay, looks like I'm a pagan. Though I do have pagan beliefs. I do consider myself a pagan, but I believe that I'm everything. We're all everything, not just paganism. Because paganism is the worship of nature, care for nature and shit like that.
Mother Earth and all that.
Yeah.
So let's get into what the fuck you just said. let's dive a little more into that. What do you mean that we are everything?
Oh, this is shit I wasn't able to say yesterday. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm letting you go today. You can. This is your time. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Now, can you re-say the question, please?
What do you mean by we are everything? Like that was the last thing that you said. Like you have pagan beliefs, but we are everything. What does that mean?
So, I believe that we have 7 laws of the universe for consciousness to be able to be in a human body. One of them is a law of oneness, and the law of oneness is pretty much, I mean, not everybody will believe this or understand it, but our consciousness comes from the one, the whole. So they say the whole, God, whatever the fuck you want to call it, creator, whatever, wanted to experience itself. Yeah. I'm not saying it's God, though I do call whoever made my soul God, not Jesus God, Christian God. Let's just clear that up. But we're all part of the whole, the oneness, and the one wanted to experience itself because it didn't understand where it came from. So it broke into millions of pieces and made galaxies, made souls, made solar systems and shit like that. So on this planet, as a human race, we manifest collectively. So let's say wars, we're all manifesting that together. It's the law of oneness. We're all one, we're all together. You're me and I'm you, you know?
That is so confusing.
Motherfucker. We come from the one, and now we're in a human body experiencing itself to understand where we come from. That's what I believe. That's a law.
So kind of like that book. Fucking that homegirl wrote. I forget the name of it. Is that
The Secret?
No. What the fuck is her name? You said you liked the author. I can't think of her name.
Dolores Cannon or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like her. Though I'm really iffy with people who give knowledge. If it doesn't feel right, I try, in my intuition, I try to stay away. But a lot of shit that she says does hit home, and she was also a fucking psychologist for a very long time.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, she's trying to write books, and so I'm sure some of it is a little fabricated, but I'm sure there's some truth in that book too.
Yeah. I mean, nobody would really know unless they experience certain things. And in my lifetime, my whole fucking life experience is fucking weird.
He said fucking weird.
Yep.
So I know you want to get into some shit you was gonna say yesterday, but I don't know how to ask. I was gonna say I don't know how to ask those questions, but let's talk about that.
Okay.
What is this solar eclipse and what is it supposed to do and how do you feel about it?
I'll start off with how I feel about it. I don't know about you, but I know with certain people I know, been getting a lot of weird wish feelings in my chest. And
wish
the fucking you ever get a fuck, that's how I explain feelings that I feel in my body.
No, but are you saying wish or whoosh? Like a
whoosh.
Okay.
Like a whoosh feeling.
Okay.
So anytime we have a solar eclipse, lunar eclipse, or any type of shit like that, we get the energy before it actually happens. So fucking it's gonna be on the 7th or the 8th, I believe, of fucking April. And this is actually the right time to come together as a collective and fucking choose what we want to manifest on this earth. Do we want more negativity, more war, more violence, more hating one another, or do we want to manifest a better future for our children and our children's children? So that's what this fucking solar eclipse is supposed to be about. This is the last solar eclipse until fucking 2048 or some shit like that.
Really?
So yeah, it's gonna be a very long time until we get another solar eclipse.
The
With
solar
that solar,
is that daytime or is that nighttime?
yeah, daytime.
Daytime. I
Yeah.
think the last one that I remember was when I was living in Fall River, so that was years
It was
ago.
like 2017, 2018. I remember
Yeah.
sitting with my ex just looking at the sun like, oh, I don't see it yet. I probably missed it. But yeah, man, the solar eclipse, a lot of these things are mean a lot to the human race because most humans don't realize how manipulative we can be by the planets and what happens on this earth. Earth.
Earth. Earth.
But that's enough.
You can get into it.
I need a time to think about it, you know. I have to
Oh.
sit here.
Durr.
Yeah, yeah.
So NASA said that the Wi-Fi is coming out. It's going to be cut out for like a few days. What is your thoughts on that?
Okay, so fucking it's a possibility that if we get a solar flare, if it's strong enough, it can knock out the Wi-Fi, the internet, or electricity. It can, but it has to be like a big solar fucking flare. I think personally, they're gonna shut it off by themselves. They're gonna take a lot of this shit down because fucking this is the year of a new president possibly. A lot of fucked up shit's happening. The world's waking up, so they need anything possible to make the masses fall asleep. And if it's through fear propaganda, fear mongering, like oh, we're gonna get hit with a solar flare,
Yeah.
so be it. It all depends on how we act and how we what we do and shit.
Do you think that they're gonna try to do some like martial law bullshit because we can't like that's 90% of everybody's way to talk to people? Do you think
Is
they're gonna
martial
try?
law?
No, I'm saying the internet. Do you think they're gonna try to fucking do something like that?
Probably, yeah. Especially with how many people are awake right now. Like, dude, you're fucking awake. What? Like, come on. Imagine pizza fucking getting angry, go, going down and bugging out on motherfuckers because of the border. Like,
You have every right to say that because at one point I didn't give a fuck about any of this.
not a lot of people have, man. I think we're in a big point in the human experience. We're in the best time and in the worst times. It just depends on us.
And I feel like I have a 50-50 with like I knew we were coming on this podcast today to talk about your music and hit some other subjects that I knew you wanted to talk about last night. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I don't like talking about it all the time because then I'm just gonna stay awake for like 7 days and be fucking paranoid about everything.
And you don't want to get me started about entities and shit like that.
Go ahead. What do you
Okay.
mean?
Nah. So I've been watching this. So a lot of I have an out of space type of fucking thing I want to make, like a album or EP I want to make, but that's down the fucking road. That's down the
Because
road.
you have a certain vision for it and you want it to sound a certain type of way.
Exactly. And I've also had a lot of experiences where I can make it into a fucking rap album.
Fair enough.
And I just fuck. I'll just say one thing.
You
So
can say whatever you want. This is your
no,
time, sir.
I can't. I can't. I can't.
Why?
Because what happens if somebody was a reptilian and they're like, he knows. Then they go kill me.
Somebody's watching, like, oh, he
You
said
got fucked.
reptilian. He fucking gets it.
Nah, if any, so I honestly feel like there's entities on this earth. Fucking one of the main stories of the human past is the Anunnaki. We got created in their image. Blah 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 blah. There was also another type
What's
of
the blah blah blah?
fine. I'll explain that. Anunnaki. So they they fucked up their planet and they ended up creating another race, but they were a slave race and they were humans pretty much. And fucking they mixed their DNA with our DNA. It made us, but also other types of entities mix their DNA with us. So a lot of humans aren't normally like 100% humans. Though I'm not saying that's real. At least in my experience, I met one person that was a little iffy. But yeah, so that's what that album's gonna be like about. It's gonna be about. It's like, different types of alien extraterrestrials, auras, shit like that. You already know. You know how I am.
On that note too, I don't disbelieve like we are a whole ass world, bro. We're a whole ass planet. I can't believe that humans are the only motherfuckers here.
Nah, man, there's a whole bloodline here that people don't even know about.
It not even just here. Like people like, oh, aliens don't exist. Motherfucker, have you been to outer space?
No. No.
we only see what they want us to see.
Exactly.
Like I feel like out of all the solar systems, all the planets, we can't be the only fucking rock floating through space that has living beings on it.
Exactly. So though I believe they're interdimensional, they come here through like fucking wormholes or parallel realities.
So not to make a joke out of it, but are you saying kind of like the way that Rick and Morty, like
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Like I'm not trying to make like joke of it, but that's the only way I could understand it.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, not exactly like that, but
But
that
something
is like,
similar.
yeah, exactly.
That
All
makes
right.
more sense.
We'll
Because
figure.
no, go ahead.
Okay, we'll end up figuring out and seeing it before like we all fucking die. Before like the year 2070, 2050, we'll see it more. We'll see it more.
I think the technology and all of that is here. It's just not readily available to like us. You know what I mean? The government, I think, is the motherfuckers that have that kind of capability to do stuff like that. But they're not gonna give that to fucking humans.
No,
They're
exactly.
not gonna give that to people.
Exactly. So I believe that the technology they have has been here for a very, 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 very long time. Like even ancient Atlantis type time, ancient Egypt type time,
Yeah.
they've always had it. The only reason why we don't see it is because fucking we're too derpy to even understand it, compute it, or probably ruin the fucking world.
That's why aliens don't want to talk to us as aliens.
Yeah. Though I think there might be some fucking people who will talk to them in the next 10 years, 15 years. I think there's going to be a lot of what's that word called when they come to you and talk to you? Not exposure. There's a certain word for it.
But kind of like exposure.
Yeah, kind of like
Like,
exposure.
yeah, I don't know, but they'll come out and have a conversation. I just because humans as a whole, I feel like we're dumb as fuck.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like if there are aliens, they're like space traveling or some shit, and they see Earth, they're like, "Nah, that's the ghetto. We don't go there."
No, that's the reason why like I think 80% of the population is derpy is because they're fast asleep. They listen to the TV, they believe in the TV programming, the music we listen to, it's all frequencies. It's really easy to fucking close the mind off of a human.
I stopped believing anything the news told me years and years ago.
Yeah, me too, man. I remember I'm not fuck. Whatever. I'm not Alex Jones. I remember when fucking the school shooting started happening. I was in high school. I was like, they do that to scare people. At the same time, maybe it's real. Maybe a lot of people did die, but they also,
They amp numbers up like COVID, bro. Like, yeah,
exactly.
I'm sure people died because of COVID. You know what I mean? I'm not
I'm not
saying
scared.
I know at least one that died because of COVID.
Yeah, me too. But the thing is, the hospitals would get paid to say it was COVID.
Oh yeah, I know, but like this dude got COVID, right? And then he ended up dying because of complications from COVID. So I know
Oh,
for
that's
sure he died because of COVID. But
yeah.
like I'm saying, I know maybe there's maybe a couple handfuls that died because of COVID, but I don't think everybody that was dying was because of COVID.
Yeah, man, I had COVID once and I didn't get sick for like 3 years. Excuse me.
Me and my lady had caught COVID, bro, and then like we felt like dog shit for like a day or two, and then like the next day, after like the day or two, we were both like, I feel fine.
What the fuck? I had it for 12 days, bro. I couldn't breathe. I even made a song called "Didn't Know" when I was like the 7th day of fucking COVID.
I was back to work by the first week.
Oh damn.
I only had a week off. Like it wasn't even shit, bro. Like I expected it to be a lot worse. And I'm fucking compromised. I'm a diabetic and I have asthma. So what the fuck is really going on?
Yeah, right. What the fuck? I'll be right back, doggo. Oh fuck. Oh man, so fucking we have snow everywhere. It started snowing again last night. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, Ken.
Going on here. Okay.
You going outside?
Oh yeah, man.
So I got another question.
Right. Why do I smoke cigarettes?
What are shut the fuck up? What are some of your dream collaborations for people to get on a track?
Casey and JoJo all day. No, I'm joking.
Casey and the Sunshine Band.
You never heard of Casey and JoJo?
Yeah, they're the R&B cats from back in the day.
Oh yeah. Make some love making music. Nah, I would love to do a track with Recognize from Mayday. He's like one of my all-time favorite artists.
That makes sense.
We might say get a hello. 1 second, please. Hi, Eric. Okay. Bye. Have a good day. That girl's called.
This has been brought to you by Royal Realm Radio. You can find our merch at kingcutted.com in the merch section. Oh, he froze. He froze. I don't know if you know he froze.
Jesus Christ, it's fucking cold.
I'm so glad I don't live up north anymore.
The fuck? Sorry, when I go outside, my fucking internet freezes.
Yeah, because it's fucking freezing outside.
Touche. My dog's all fucking excited to see me. All right, well, your dream collab. I would love to do a track with Squeegee Mac. Squeegee.
I'm so sick of hearing that.
Who else?
It's respectable, I guess.
I don't know if you ever heard of a group called Lost Children of Babylon.
Mm-mm.
All right, so they're on the same label that you ever hear Baby Grand Records?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's they're called Lost Children of Babylon. They do like Freemason hip hop. It's kind of like fucking Army of the Pharaohs. It's kind of like Jedi Mind Tricks, but it's different people.
Okay, he said,
"Yeah, I'll send you a track."
Freemason hip hop. I've never even heard that before.
All right, let me correct myself. It's like occult hip hop. It's like what I do, but they do it 1,000,000 times better.
Oh, okay.
1,000,000 times better. And honestly, I don't really know anybody else. Maybe one of the dudes from Free Will. That's about it.
So you wouldn't want to track with Shaggy 2 or Twisted?
Of course I would, but I ain't biting off more I could chew.
I think personally, I would love to do a track with Jamie Madrox. That's one of my things.
Well, for me, it would be Monoxide, because to me, Monoxide's more of the rap guy. Jamie, he does rap. He's also bad. I think he's sometimes better than Monoxide, but I feel like Jamie does more of rock, like wants to do more metal type shit, like metal rap.
I'm at my Jamie Madrox stage of life right now.
I can't wait until that comes out, you fuck.
Yell at AJ, don't yell at me.
And me, because I still have to do my one verse.
But see, your one verse compared to the rest of the album ain't shit. You could do that. You could do that fucking shitting. You know what I mean? AJ, to me, AJ is the heart and soul of Kings of Rage because he does that style. I'm just here to like I can't do that beat selection. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. He's got to be the guy who gets the beats for that.
Yeah.
Like because he knows what sound we're going for with it, and I do too. But like he's already had that ear because that's the style of music he does.
Yeah, and he does a good job at it too.
He does. He does a great job. But like I don't do that style. I mean, like now I'm switching over, but like that's not my main style. Like I'm a hip hop head, you know. So
You
like,
know, in my opinion, it's really good to have different styles because if you're the one style your whole entire fucking career, like then you're not gonna be able to have more things to do. And then when you do try to do something new, people are like, "Oh, this sucks." So it's good to show that you have different styles at first.
I correlate this kind of shit that I do for like music to like wrestling. Like NWO Hulk Hogan was different than regular Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like same with like Sting when he was in the Wolfpack, like he's a different person. So I feel like and you see different sides of them when they wrestle that way. So I feel like doing Kings of Rage, like I still rap, you know what I mean? But when I do Kings of Rage, that's when I do that kind of style. That's the only time I try to do it. I do have a song called New Shit where I scream the whole thing, but like you do that kind of style with that thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Hey, well, then you do a good job at it. You should probably do it more often. Make like a solo mixtape or EP where it's just that.
I don't
And
think
you,
I don't think I do that great.
man, like fucking, it just takes practice. Like I guarantee you, it took AJ a long time to fucking start squealing like a pig.
That's fair.
You know, it took me a long time to even try to sound good while I rap. You know, for a very long time, I didn't sound fucking good. I sounded like a normal, like a Canadian white person. You know,
I liked your Trip With Me verse.
that was my first ever fucking track other than Paranoid. That I ever did, and I liked like that verse, that whole song. I fucking liked, and I'm sad that we can't fucking do anything.
And nothing will recreate that because I don't do drugs anymore. Like I tried to remake that song Third Eye, and like it just you couldn't hear any enthusiasm in my voice when I did it. It was just like I'm seeing trippy visions, and I'm just this
He's just
that's
talking
that's
it.
not me. Like it's not
Yeah.
me anymore.
Well, because at that time you were in you like I was saying yesterday on the podcast, you were fucking method
Method
rapping.
rapping.
No, you're trying to, who am I? I'm King Cutter. But what kind of King Cutter? I'm the trippy cutter.
I'm gonna take all these drugs and tell y'all about it.
Now here's my album. Check it out.
That whole summer was wild.
You should still let me add Trip With Me to the mixtape.
I can't allow or disallow you to do so. You can do so on your own accord, and whatever happens to you happens to you. That I didn't tell you to do so, but whatever
Maybe if
you
I
do is what you do.
Maybe if I spam that guy, I'm like, hey, I'm dying, and my last death wish is to have the song play on all my mixtapes and at my funeral. Can I please do this? You're dying? Yeah, sir. Yeah. I would never say that.
I tried to put Trip With Me on because I do like my own version of Forgotten Freshness.
Yeah.
And I tried to put Trip With Me up there, and then it got taken fucking down because Trip With Me was on there.
But that dude must have must be spiteful.
Okay.
Like what, 5 fucking years, 6 years?
It's been about 7 or 8 at this point.
What the fuck? Damn, man, time went by so fast.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Next question. I done went through, like, we already touched on most of them that I had written down. Let me think of one.
I got a question for you.
You and Hurst today. You and Hurst decided you was going to switch it up and be the interviewer. Go ahead.
When are when are we making our own EP where it's just me and you?
When we get a beat selection. You have some beats.
I have a shit ton of beats.
So
It's okay.
after
We don't.
no, I'm gonna give you a time because that does need to happen. After Kings of Rage, because I have to get in the mindset to do the Kings of Rage, and I don't really want to leave that mindset. But
Yeah,
once
no.
that album is wrapped up, then we can work on something. Because I don't like once I try to do something else, I fucking lose my way of doing that. You know what I mean? Like when I did the Wu-Tang album, I didn't do anything else. People were sending me collabs. I'm like, nope, ain't happening.
Totally understandable because like fucking lately I've been not having writer's block but having like an energy block of like even wanting to do things. Like I'll like listen to a beat, I'm like, yeah, this is a dope ass beat. And then I just you froze. Oh, never mind. And then I'll just be like, oh fuck, I can't do this right now. So you're good. I totally feel.
That's why I do this right now. Cause like I don't want to do I'm waiting on AJ to send me some shit back and some beats. And if I do anything else, I'm gonna lose the want to even do that. So that's
Yeah.
why I just do the podcasts in the meantime.
I feel you. That's like with fucking since I have these other shit that I'm supposed to be working on. Instead of working on it on everything, I'm just focusing on just the fucking mixtape.
Yeah, yeah.
Just the mixtape.
My ADHD ass needs to focus on one thing.
Oh, I know. I do know if I make a dope ass song and I send it to you, and if you like it, I know you'll get on it. So maybe I'll do that soon.
I'm gonna scream on it.
Be fine.
That's the only way I'll be able to do it is to scream on it.
Yeah. But fucking what else? What do you have in the works, Mister Fucking King?
Kings of Rage album dropping sometime this year.
No, I'm gonna message AJ like, bro, hurry the fuck up.
I have some dope ass people actually coming on the podcast. I did Hearstman this morning. That's gonna come out Friday. This should come out on Monday because I'm gonna do them Fridays and Mondays is when I'm gonna release the podcast. And then I'm gonna have J Flow, which he's an underground artist. He actually, it's funny how it started because everybody in the underground at the moment knows me as the Diss King because I diss everybody. So he posted a meme that was like, I need some clout. Can somebody make a diss track about me? And then he tagged me.
I saw that.
Yeah, he tagged me. And I was like, bro, like you did nothing wrong to me. I have nothing bad to say about you. Like you didn't do nothing. I was like, but I got this podcast if you need some clout. Like, and I'll interview you and you come on the podcast and we can bullshit. And then so I got him. I got you know Loki and Mission Infect and them, right?
Sounds familiar.
So I have Bad Luck coming on. That is confirmed. Me and him are speaking right now. He's like, to me, he's a legend-esque in the underground.
Okay.
And I have Chuck Reeves. We all know who Chuck Reeves is. Chuck Reeves is confirmed. It's just we got to get ducks in a row and figure out when. He is confirmed that he will be on this podcast, but we're not 110% sure exactly when he's going to hit.
I met him once in real life. Went to go grab a fucking coffee, and I totally forgot his girlfriend or wife or whatever was working at Dunkin' Donuts. And then he came out and I was like, "Hey, shit, Chuck Reeves!" And then he gave me his card. I was like, "Oh, thanks."
See, it's funny how some people know him because I know him from a mini gathering back in the day, and he saw me beat the fuck out of this other guy, and then I didn't talk to him for a while. Like we was cool and everything. Like I didn't hate him. He was doing his thing. I was doing my thing. You know what I mean? I think I moved out of state at that time too. Yeah. So when I was a kid then, I was like 16 years old, beating the fuck out of a grown man.
Was you still the same height?
I've been this height since I was 13. And then I seen him again, and somebody was like, "Hey, I want to introduce you to Cutter." He goes, "That's not Cutter, that's Peter. I know that dude." And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Remember we were playing kickball? You beat the fuck out of that dude because he threw a beer at his girl." And I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." I was like, "Yeah." And that's I know Chuck. I've known Chuck when he was rapping
Yeah.
and not
Last
just
time,
hosting.
last time I heard anything about Chuck Reeves is when the whole situation with CPN or whatever was happening. I literally watched both of their fucking live videos. I was like, oh my god.
Fuck CPN.
I'm not saying I like them. I just remember watching the videos. Like literally, they both were yelling at each other. Like, oh shit, what's happening?
Hammer time.
I didn't know Chuck lived in where I was living at the home city.
Yeah, he lives in Fall River, bro.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he did.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's roll back because you said you was 16 years old, and so I think that's around the time when you met me too, because I was with fucking Lynn when she came back from the mini gatherings, and we used to promote shit at like fucking all over the place at like near the school, near what is that fucking park? Why can't I think of that park name? You know the park in Fall River all the juggalos used to hang out at?
Kennedy Park.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We went to Kennedy and we were handing out mixtapes and shit.
Oh, I only met her because I was dating her sister at the time. I was madly in love with her sister. It was the best fucking time of my life. But
Jessica? You dated Jessica?
Yeah,
that's
they
crazy.
They were all so sweet to me, man. They were so kind to me. I never met nice people like that before.
They're
But then
great.
some shit, what?
They're great.
Yeah, and then stupid shit happened. My mom was like, "Ah, you can't talk to her no more." I was like, "Oh man," and I was 15, so you know how that goes.
That's low key probably when I was like living at her house.
Probably.
Because I met Jessica when she was like 11
Big ass apartment
in Rhode Island.
Providence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember what the house was huge, and I think there was woods, like a little bit of a wooded area over here.
Right near the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had a good time. That was the best time of my life. Kinda. But yeah, man, fucking, I thought they were all. She gave me a fucking behind the paint, and she's like, "I want this back." I was like, "Okay," and I never gave it back, and I was like, never gave it back. I felt so bad.
Dickhead.
Yeah, pretty fucking much. But yeah, man. So fucking what? Yo, I got a mini poodle. It's a baby though.
Hey. No, I want my dad.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So fucking, I got that shit going on with music. Fucking, anything else you have to fucking say to me?
Where can people find your music?
Well, hopefully you put a link if that's a thing for the videos or at the bottom.
I never thought about doing that. I never once thought about doing that. That should definitely be a thing. Like in the fucking description, I should definitely start doing that. Thanks.
No problem. These videos have like a picture where it says, "Oh, link in bio" or whatever, you know, and then like have that. But anyways, fucking, you can find me on Instagram, fucking X, all capitals XXDAEMOONXX. You can find me on Spotify, fucking Facebook, Instagram, Apple Music, anywhere your little hearts desires. Look me up.
And then if you go to my website, you can also find Day Moon merch through our merch on the Royal Realm. I forget the name of the fucking place, but it's on my links. If you go to kingcutter.com, you go to the Royal Realm merch shop. That's where you can find Day Moon merch.
Oh yeah, make sure you buy some of his shit first and then buy my shit.
No, buy his shit first.
Oh yeah, definitely buy my. I was trying to do reverse.
Huh?
I was trying to do reverse psychology.
Your mom was like, "I need one of those hats."
Dude, yeah. You already told me, she's like, "I'll buy some stuff from some stuff from there." Like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "I don't think the fucking store's getting the money, but hey, do it up."
It's you'll end up getting a cut because I'll see whose merch is selling because I don't get the full cut. You know what I mean? I get a percentage of it, so.
Ah, well, fucking. Are you gonna put commercials in this, or is it just gonna be one straight video?
I'm offended that you've never watched my podcast, so you don't know how it works.
I watched half of the first 2 ones you did.
I'm gonna do the intro and then it's just a video and then an outro.
Oh, that's cool. Do you have the outro already? Nice.
Sure.
Is it the royal the intro?
It's the intro without the music.
It works, right?
It does. It in fact works.
Word.
No, you cannot. Okay.
So fucking, I'm having my girl come over. So as soon as she leaves, I'm gonna actually try to work on that fucking track, the one with you and AJ that you guys sent me like 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
That I recorded and I have to fucking record because the fucking it popped for some reason.
So you heard it here first. He's gonna work on music after he fondles his girlfriend. All right. So this was Day Moon. I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Whoa.
Is there anything you have to say to the people before we send off?
Look me up on all platforms, all capitals, XXXDAEMOON. Also, blessed be.
All right. Till next time, motherfuckers.